a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Another week, another music video pushing an Illuminati satanic agenda, whether it's the gay agenda, the transgender agenda, the race war, or just flashing the symbols. Almost every week, one of these mainstream artists will come out with something pushing one of these agendas. And of course, we have the transhumanism agenda, which we see all the time as well. Now we have Calvin Harris's new video, My Way, which is just pushing transhumanism to the fullest extreme. And of course, also showing Saturn's cube, which he constantly shows in his videos. He showed it. His last video with Rihanna was all about Saturn's cube, which is a satanic Illuminati agenda. This video is all about transhumanism. This is all about the blurring of the lines, the opening of the portal as well, of what they're trying to do with CERN and trying to bring over what's on the other side. They are mixing reality with virtual reality. That is the world we're living in now. This transhumanism world, the mixing of man and machine. This is all stuff they're referencing to in these videos. This is all that is to come in our world. If you want to learn more about transhumanism, I have some videos on it. I definitely recommend you check out the channel Nicholson 1968. He has a lot of videos about transhumanism. He goes into deep detail on it. He is a very, very educated on the subject, very good speaker, makes great videos on it, good documentaries on it. So definitely check his channel out. Again, that's Nicholson 1968. I'll leave the channel linked below for you to check out for yourself. So let's get into this video. Like I said, we start immediately with the cube. We see the guy inside of the cube, deliberately done. It's not a coincidence that his last video with Rihanna, we constantly saw a cube in the middle of fields, the middle of nowhere, Rihanna dancing inside of a cube. This is Saturn's cube, okay? We see the guy wearing the virtual reality headgear. Okay, this is the mixing, like I've talked about with the Pokemon game, the blurring of the lines between this dimension and the other dimension, the bringing over of what's on the other side. They are trying to lift the veil. That is what CERN is trying to do. They're trying to bring over the demonic forces from the other side and merge it with our reality. That is why you constantly see this stuff. That is why you see the Pokemon Go game, okay, where you're walking around with your phone. You can see the real world around you, but it's not the real world because there's cartoons and there's demons that you're chasing after. It is the mixing of reality, the blurring of the lines. That's why the entire video continually goes in and out. It blurs in and out, as you'll see if you check the video out for yourself. It's also not a coincidence that the lyrics of the song continually say, "You were the one thing in my way. You were the one thing in my way." Of course, people are going to think he's talking about his ex-girlfriend or a girl was in his way. But we see this woman in the video who goes from reality, where you can see the actual reality, to the blurred line reality, where she's now wearing black. And at one point, you can even see her hooked up to machines, which is supporting and promoting transhumanism. We see her hooked up robotically to these machines. We even see her dress light up to convey what? A pyramid. Oh, that must be a coincidence as well. We see her in all black in the distance, constantly coming in and out. The black dress this woman is wearing and what she is portraying is a demon from the other side. Yes, I understand people are going to come to this channel and they're going to laugh and think it's crazy talk because they're so dumbed down and they refuse to believe in this stuff. Although they believe in psychics, going to psychics and having liar psychics sit there and tell them about their future and, whoa, you're going to find someone. You're going to find your future husband in New York City in 7 months and 12 days. Oh, my goodness. They believe stuff like that. Nonsense. But they don't believe in the spiritual realm. They don't believe in stuff the Bible actually talks about and tells us about. Instead, they believe in tons of nonsense and they refuse to believe in stuff like this. But she is representing the demon from the other side. That is why he is trying to bring her over. He's using the transhumanism. He is crossing machine. That's why they show the computer as well inside of the cube. They show a computer sitting there, him on virtual reality, this woman who is now fading away and coming over across to the real world, wearing all black, as well as being hooked up to a machine and a device. This is portraying transhumanism. This is what they are attempting to do. This is what they believe in. This is what's going on. This is what they're trying to do with CERN. This is what we see in these music videos. This isn't an artistic creation. You can even see the satellites and the shots behind them. I mean, this is all deliberately and strategically placed. These symbols are there for a reason. This is not about a breakup. When he's talking about you were the one thing in my way, he's talking about God. Because this song is called My Way. God was the thing in his way. My Way, which is another one of those songs like those, any song named Magic, is another common song, right? Everybody thinks of Frank Sinatra, My Way. I Did It My Way, right? Limp Bizkit, My Way. There's tons of artists that have the song My Way. My Way is another way of them saying, do what thou wilt. My way, do what thou wilt. The law of the land, that they want, that they desire, that they believe in. Doing things your way. And God was in his way. Now he's achieved his fame and his fortune And now we see him pushing this cube, Saturn's cube, in all of his videos that I've seen so far. What else do we see in this awful, atrocious video by Calvin Harris? Well, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that we see black and white symbolism. We see the dancers wearing black and white wristbands. We see black and white shirts around their waists. All of the dancers wearing the black and white colors. Must be a coincidence again, right, folks? I think every single video I've done exposing one of these artists, they've been either wearing black and white clothing deliberately, or they've had the black and white tiles. This all pays homage to the Masons. This is what they believe in. The black and white represents the duality, the esoteric duality, as above, so below. Do what thou wilt mindset, that their good deeds outweigh their bad deeds. It's in almost every video. All of these artists at least have a song or 2 or 10 where this symbolism is in there. They're not just fans of the colors black and white, folks. I'm sorry to tell you, okay? These zebra striped pants that were so famously worn in the 80s, I don't think mainstream society's wearing it. They are, of course, they're pushing the black and white symbolism all over the place for a reason. So we see these basic symbols again. And like I talked about with the woman who is crossing over dimensions, we see her dress light up inside of the cube and even make the pyramid. But this video is all about transhumanism. It is about the mixing of man and machine. We've seen all of this technology that they've been talking about, and of course society is embracing it because they think it's a great thing. They think it's wonderful. Oh, could you imagine if half machine, half human? Because they think they're going to find immortality this way. They think by merging man and machine that they could be perfect as Christ was, and that's not true. They can't be. They cannot be perfect because only Christ was perfect. But they think in their minds they could find immortality with this, that they could be perfect beings here on earth, that they don't have to die. And we see the mixing of man and machine already. We even see people already getting the RFID chip. The chip will have the capability to control and manipulate your DNA, as will this merging of man and machine. You'll no longer be under free will. You'll be under their control. And this is what they want. So this is what they've been pushing. And that's why you see these artists pushing this. I know people see these videos and they think that it's wonderful. Oh, it's such a great hip song. Oh, look, there's lights flashing and people dancing. They don't understand that they're being conditioned because they don't get how mind control works. They don't realize when they watch these videos they're in an alpha state and they're being programmed. And all of this stuff they're seeing, while they might not be processing it at the moment, they will be processing it at some point because they're being conditioned by it. So they're being desensitized by what they're seeing, but they don't realize it because they're not in a conscious state of mind when they're watching the television. That is why the television is the tool that they use for mind control. Because they get people in an alpha state. They show these symbols like the cube. They push transhumanism. They push the gay agenda. They push all the agendas that they want. Because they know that people are watching it and they're not in a conscious state. They're taking the information and they're storing it in their brain whether they realize it or not. And by doing that, they're desensitizing themselves from things like transhumanism, demons being real, all of this stuff that is really going on. And they're being desensitized and conditioned by the elitists. So this is Calvin Harris' song, My Way, another song referencing Crowley, because that's what it's talking about, his way. Harris is doing it his way, and God was in the way, and now we're seeing the mixture of man and machine. We're seeing the virtual reality. We're seeing the cubes all over the video. We're seeing the black and white symbolism. It's all the same stuff. It doesn't change. That's why all of these artists do the same symbols, and it's amazing that nobody stands up and goes, how come nobody does something different? Why are all the same symbols in the same video? Because people's brains in our current world have not been trained to pick up and see symbolism. And when they're watching TV, they're not thinking. They're under hypnosis. Hypnosis and mind control is real, and it's really going on. If their brains process this stuff like they do, because they've been trained. See, we were trained in these public school systems, or whatever school you might have went to learn about lies and falsehoods in the world. They were trained all of this stuff. They speak in symbols and get away with it because people don't look for symbols. They see symbols and they don't even realize that it's right in front of them. Then they go down to their local town, and every town has a Freemason lodge. They have the all-seeing eye in the lodge. I mean, all of this stuff, it's right there, but people's brains don't process it that way. So this is Calvin Harris, again, showing us the same symbols that we see over and over in these videos. Just another one of these puppets. He's not an amazing artist. I'm sure women love him. At the same time, anytime I do a video about one of these guys, I get nothing but, oh, he's a Christian. Oh, he's wonderful. Yeah, he's Christian, all right. pushing this agenda, whether you think it's satanic or not. If you don't think it's satanic, then you don't understand transhumanism, and you need to study it, and you need to learn about it, and you need to learn about the RFID chip. You need to learn about the mixing of DNA with computers, the things that they're trying to do. And like I said, check out Nicholson 1968's channel if you want to learn more about transhumanism, because he's got the best stuff out there if you want to study it. So go check it out. So it's just another week, another artist, more nonsense, more garbage. It's unbelievable at this point. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.